You know, some of my earliest memories are playing games on my old GameCube. And after all this time I've spent with the controller in my hand, I can honestly say that Medieval Dynasty is one of the best games I have ever had the pleasure of playing. Hey everyone, this is Simply Syrup, and today I have a very special video for you. The title says it all. I'm going to be giving you my honest review after over 500 hours in game on Medieval Dynasty. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to like and subscribe. I have a full schedule of new Medieval Dynasty content slated to be released soon, and I can assure you, you are going to want to be there when they come out. But before I lose even a single viewer to this introduction, let's start talking about the star of this video, Medieval Dynasty. Medieval Dynasty is a town builder. Medieval Dynasty is a survival game. It's a strategy game, a crafting game, a life sim, a management game, a hunting game, a decoration game, ... Medieval Dynasty is exactly what you want it to be, and most likely exactly what you need. I wanted to start this video off today with a description of the game, so everyone would know exactly what they're getting into. But I'm finding it incredibly hard to find the words, and I think that's because Medieval Dynasty can be whatever you make it. Personally, I've made massive cities. I've made millions. I've lived life as a quiet farmer. I've been a man of the woods. I've even been a vicious taskmaster. And once again, ... I've lived so many lives in this game, and I really think there is something to be said about that. But you know what I've never done? Even after completing every mission in the game multiple times, I've never felt as though I have completed the game. In all my playthroughs, there has always been more left on the table. For those of you with a creative or explorative mind, then I do believe you will also find a haven in the valley, just like I did. I hold Medieval Dynasty in the highest regard, but that doesn't mean it's right for you. A large part of me feels like I should be selling this game to you because of how much I enjoyed it. But I'm afraid if I did that, I wouldn't be doing justice to you as a patron of my channel. So as objectively as I can be, let's start breaking down some of the aspects of Medieval Dynasty. Arguably, the biggest downfall of Medieval Dynasty is the storyline. The unfortunate truth is that the game isn't fully voiced, which I find to be immersion breaking. NPCs may have a few quips saved up for you, but the vast majority of the game's storytelling is done through text. If your focus in a game is to be fully immersed in a riveting story, then I would say this game is not for you, and your money would be better saved possibly for the upcoming re-release of The Last of Us, but that's a video for another day. If you are someone who doesn't mind putting on their reading glasses when gaming, then I can assure you that Medieval Dynasty will give you what you're looking for. The text in the game is very well written, and the overarching story is full of twists, turns, humorous moments, and much more. While Medieval Dynasty may lack the cinematic punch of a fully voiced game, I think it would be irresponsible of me to not include that the story is quite good, and the ending left me with an audible gasp, the highest praise that any line of text can receive. I wanted to mention here that the quest lines are in no way forced into your gaming session. I think you have something along the lines of 30 whole years to complete the main quests of the game, really making it a leisurely activity that I found leads to most completions coming out of enjoyment rather than any forced necessity. Instead of the usual go fetch quest that sends you on a tireless run with the mindset of let's get through this to unlock something new, questing really takes on a different approach in Medieval Dynasty. Almost as if the main mission in the game runs alongside your playthrough instead of the main mission being your playthrough. It's an interesting entanglement of objectives that I don't believe I've seen in a game since Skyrim. You will often find yourself with the quest that takes you to a particular location on the map, but rarely will you be running straight to it once the quest is received. Instead, you will most likely find yourself stumbling across the quest as you are completing some other adventure that you found to be important at the time. Moving on, let's talk about the graphics of the game. In a word, phenomenal. In another word, average. There are two separate components to the graphics of this game. There is the beauty of nature put on full display, and then there are NPCs that just kind of exist in this magnificently crafted world. When it comes to the environment, I have never seen a more exquisitely made game. From the winding streams to the trees swaying in the wind, the developers left no stone unturned when crafting the world. In some ways, the game almost feels too beautiful to be lifelike, but maybe that's because I have never seen nature as unspoiled as Medieval Dynasty represents. Throughout my time playing, I can say without question that I have stopped playing entirely to enjoy sunsets or other great views on more than one occasion. It is, without a doubt, the most beautifully crafted landscape that I have ever seen in a game. On the other hand, the NPCs are nothing special. It's clear that the developers didn't spend as much time on the characters of the game as opposed to the nature. This is fine because you will be spending most of your time in the woods anyway, but if the game is ever opened up to modding, and I sincerely hope it is, the new character message will be the first thing I will be looking forward to. Just a disclaimer here before we move on to the next section, I have no clue what you are going to be getting on consoles. I have nowhere near enough money to afford one, and I've never even seen one being played live. I have a sneaking suspicion that the beauty of this game will only be limited to what the console can put out, not what the game actually has to offer. In this next section, I just wanted to go over some generalized things I have come to notice about the game to help inform you before you make your purchase decision. Content-wise, this game is king if you have a creative mind. There is so much to do in this open world that I wouldn't be surprised if many of you watching this video end up sinking even more time than me into the game. There is literally so much to do that I could not possibly express it in such a small section of this video. But what I think this game really hits home with is the attention to detail in every aspect, almost as if the developers brought a bunch of games together in one open world. Whether you are hunting, farming, or building, you will no doubt notice that the game plays extremely well into every activity that it provides. There is, unfortunately, no tutorial in the game, not any tutorial worth noting at least. Because of this, I have no doubt that some point in the early game you will find yourself completely lost. I refuse to judge Medieval Dynasty harshly for this though, because there is an easy fix to this problem. I can say without any shame that the other Medieval Dynasty videos on my channel can help you get started. I know the game and I know what content I put out. It's specifically designed for new players and I have much wisdom to impart on my followers. The future of the game is incredibly bright. As a longtime player, I have seen many content updates roll out to perfection. In the first half of 2023, we can most likely expect new armors and customization items and multiplayer of some sort to be coming to the game as well. The developers have been pretty quiet as to the exact specifications of multiplayer. But as a player who has been here through the windmill, air, decoration, and third-person updates, I will be expecting the multiplayer update to be a great success. It is undeniably clear to me that the developers listen to their player base and take great care of their game. The community is unbeatable. Our friends over on Reddit are some of the nicest people you will ever meet. As a content creator, I get a whole lot of negative comments, which may mean my videos aren't too good, but I'm gonna keep trying. Never in my journeys have I encountered a fanbase as accepting and friendly as the one that follows Medieval Dynasty. They are very encouraging, and if you ever need any sort of help, someone will always come to the rescue. And for the final section of this video, I want to give my judgment on Medieval Dynasty after over 500 hours spent in-game. For those of you thinking about making a purchase, I understand that your money is very valuable, and I did not come to this decision lightly. Medieval Dynasty will be the first and possibly only ever game that I will give my recommendation as a buy. You know, some of my earliest memories are playing games on my old GameCube, and after all this time I've spent with the controller in my hand, I can honestly say that Medieval Dynasty is one of the best games I have ever had the pleasure of playing. I hold Medieval Dynasty in the highest regard, and I can assure you that if you have done adequate research into the game, know what you are getting into, and are still interested in purchasing the game, then this will be the sign you need to take that leap. Medieval Dynasty has the full endorsement of the Simply Syrup channel, and I will choose to die on this hill. Well, that's about all I have for this video today, but before I sign off, I wanted to make you aware of the importance of our next Medieval Dynasty video, where I will be going over the things I wish I had known sooner in the game. And this won't be things like use your inspector mode or junk like that. This video is going to be the most important piece of content I have ever put up on my channel, and the information in it will absolutely change your Medieval Dynasty experience for the better. I have never promoted another video in a video before, but I am so excited for the release because I know that it will make a world of difference for those able to watch it. I'm not going to take up any more of your time today, just let me give one big thank you to those who have made it this far in the video for supporting my channel, and I hope you consider subscribing because I would love to add you to the family. Until next time, this is Simply Syrup signing off.